everybody. So today is Sunday and that means it's time for family movie night. And this week we are having the next in my Disney Scares month. And I'm actually going to continue this one more week past Halloween. And we're going to do the first, next week we're going to do the first of my request videos. And I'm going to watch Return to Oz, which will be intense because I was really scared of that movie when I was little. So we'll see how it goes rewatching it. But that's not what we're talking about this week. This week we're talking about a very unusual film with kind of a Disney stamp on it. And it is 1981's Dragonslayer. And this movie was a combined project between Paramount and Disney. And it was one of the catalysts for starting Touchstone that they did, which still is in existence. They released The Light Between Oceans this year. It's sort of an adult end of the Disney name. You kind of debated about whether I should do it for family movie night because I have to be honest, I don't review rated R movies in this series, and I do think if this movie was released today, it would be rated R. But the reason why I decided to go ahead is I really think it would only be rated R because of two scenes, really maybe one scene. There's a scene with nudity that I think would probably end up getting an R rating, and there's a scene with pretty gory dragon violence, I'll just say that. But these scenes are easy to identify and they're easy to skip over. And so I feel like it's okay to still review this film for family movie night because it's technically not rated R, and I think you can easily make it kid appropriate by skipping those two things. I think that the rest of the movie is a really solid, fun fantasy story that I think holds up quite well, and I very much enjoyed it. One of the cool things about this movie is that it's 109 minutes. How refreshing is that for a succinct, lean bit of storytelling in a fantasy movie? That's just so unheard of. I mean, after watching Lord of the Rings and Harry Potter and even Star Wars, and some of those films are long, it's just like, oh, come on, move the story along. This was so nice. It's just like, just barely, it's not even 2 hours long. That's just great. And so this story, though, it's about this character named Galen. He's in this world that is ruled by dragons, and in the kingdom, they have a sort of lottery system where they sacrifice virgins to the dragon every year as sort of an offering to appease him. And so Galen goes on a mission to go and try to defeat the dragon, try to meet with the king, try to deal with this and remove this situation. Along the way, he's also an apprentice to this sorcerer who I won't give away what kind of happens with him, but then he also along the way meets a man named Tyrion, who's kind of a brute. Also this woman named Valerian, who is disguised as a man, who is trying to avoid the lottery, which, totally makes sense. And I have to say, I did think in this that it's like, if they're only sacrificing virgins, there's an easy way to save your life in this story. But hey, there you go. Facing off with the dragons, but then he ends up back at the court of the king because the king is worried that he's going to sort of upset the dragons and that they're not going to be sort of appeased anymore because that had happened in the past, and then it'll just cause more problems. And you meet the princess, his daughter, the king's daughter, who basically finds out something about this lottery that makes her make certain choices that were interesting. And so anyway, you have all these characters and it's sort of a classic adventure, and I think it holds up really well. The special effects hold up remarkably well. So to make the dragon, they use this really interesting tech called Go Motion, and Go Motion is you recorded the creature's movements in motion as a real animal would move, and then removed the jerkiness common in prior stop motion films. So it's like, it's kind of a combination of motion capture and stop motion, and and puppetry and things like that. It sort of uses all of those things that we'd had in the past, and it uses it really well. I mean, I thought it totally held up. In fact, I thought it looked better than some of the movies that we've seen with dragons. To me, it looked really fake and CGI-y, and this, I mean, it gets really, really like real and guttural and gory, and you know, there's horror elements here. There's definitely parts that are pretty scary, pretty intimidating. They're willing to sort of go places that a lot of other sort of franchises would never do these days, where characters die, characters have different things happen to them. And so like, you kept expecting certain characters to get rescued and then they wouldn't. All of those things kind of make it really fresh and really exciting. The music by Alex North is good. The cinematography is good. It was filmed in England, and it looks really, really good. The acting is okay. Peter McNichol as Galen, he's not super charismatic, he's not super strong, but he's fine in the lead. I didn't really like him and Valerian. I didn't think they had chemistry. The actress is named Caitlin Clark, who plays Valerian. I didn't think that she was very good. I don't know, like, they just, it's not like she was horrible. I wasn't cringy or anything, but I didn't think that the acting was the strong point of the film. And it doesn't really matter because the story's really engaging, and it does go really dark places. It does scare you. It does engage you in the fantasy world that they create. And the dragons look really good, very real. And it's just something different. Like, if you're tired of the same old fantasy, check out Dragonslayer. I think you'll like it. I really do. I enjoyed it very, very much. I would probably give it like a B, but just because of the acting, but I really liked it. Have you seen Dragonslayer? Do you like it? What do you think of it? Have you even heard of it before? I had never heard of it until I started researching for Disney Scares. And if you do check it out, let me know what you think, because it's definitely an unusual, fun fantasy film. So thanks so much. Please subscribe to my channel, and I will talk to you later. Bye!